My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who has been not super responsible for their finances. They may be getting kicked out, they may be ending a relationship where they had been living with someone, or some other drama has pushed them to consider whether they could just show up and see what you're up to. So we have someone, it could be platonic, it could be romantic, but this is someone who's going to be knocking on your door and wondering if there's any way they can sleep on your couch or in your bed. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Happy Friday. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. And you'll also find a link to my Etsy shop if you're interested in a homemade soy candle. And let's dive in. I think we might need just a little more light. Hold, please. Does that help? That's a little better. It was showing up as a short. That's weird. Hello, Envy. How are you doing? All right. So we're gonna dive in with. We're gonna go with the OG. It's been a while. The Rider-Waite or the Waite-Smith. What else is going on with this person who's going to just show up? Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Swords in the reverse. So there's some change happening here. And I feel like this is change on your side of the equation. Maybe it's you got a new job, maybe you got a new place. Maybe because you seem to be doing better financially, this individual doesn't feel too bad about, assuming that they could show up and eat your groceries or watch your TV, drink your Dr. Pepper. Ace of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. I think this is someone who is going through a breakup. Ace of Cups in the reverse, they feel like they're not valued or respected, and they look at you as like the escape plan. So I had to find somewhere else to go. You're the best option I've got, so hello. Hello, Gracie, how you doing today? There it is, 2 of Cups in the reverse, Justice in the reverse. So I don't know that it's gonna be super specific here in terms of whether or not we have some romantic intention behind this, because I do feel like for, there's 2 major threads here. One is I've had a breakup and you're my best friend, or you're my sibling. You're my backup plan. And for others of you, this is a person who was living with their boo. That didn't go well, and so they're going to try to reestablish a relationship with you. But a main motivator would be, I do need a place to sleep. And your pillow looks great. But the Justice being in the reverse, to me, that's about you not necessarily having, in their mind, much of a choice. I'm just going to show up, I'm going to make plans, but I'm not going to necessarily tell you everything that happened because I don't want you to blame me. They were pretending like everything was going well for them. They were living high on the hog, but now we have some issues. I feel like they did something to ruin the relationship. or to sour the agreement they had with somebody else, whoever they were living with. But they don't want to tell you about that. They'd rather make it seem like, oh, I haven't seen you in forever. Wouldn't it be great to like hang out and stuff? This is definitely somebody who has ended a relationship or had somebody else like kick them out. Okay, so what did this person do? They're not going to tell you. They just want to make it about, oh, I missed you. I really wanted to see you. So, like, I'm here. Take a number. You didn't give me a heads up. I'm not ready for this. What else do we have? This is the Morgan Greer. They did something to upset this person they were previously living with. Like a repeated cycle. So this ex of theirs is like, yeah, there's no fixing this, so I'm not even gonna try. You and your things need to be gone by like the end of the day. Hello, Raziel. Happy Friday. Two of Cups. Remember, the Two of Cups can be about friendship as easily as it can be a soulmate. They're not going to tell you what happened. Maybe they stole something. Maybe they didn't pay their portion of the rent. Maybe they... I don't even want to say that one. Maybe they cheated on this person. But they're going to be trying to keep things as positive as possible in hopes that you'll be like, sure, come on in. Like it's Price is Right. Come on down. Hello, Steven. How are you doing today? Nine of Swords in the reverse. Six of Swords in the reverse. And the Sun. If you straight up ask them what happened, you're going to notice some awkwardness. Hey, I wasn't expecting to see you. I thought you were living with Johnny. I thought you were living with Patricia. What happened? When are you expected back? They're going to be kind of like stumbling over their words, or you're going to be able to figure out that they're lying to you. Oh, you know, just told him I missed you, wanted to come see you. Especially if they're trying for some sort of reconciliation romantically with you, that's not going to make any sense, right? They're going to give you some strange explanation, and it's like you're looking at them like, why does that mean that? Hello, Hicks, how are you? So, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. They can't afford a hotel room. Or they're trying to avoid that expense. And you seem to be the preferred lodging option. For some few of you, maybe 25% or less, this is somebody who got kicked out and their relationship was ended because the ex was confident that you two were still talking. Like, I don't feel like I can trust you when you're still in contact with that person. So, since you're still talking to them, I'm out. Thank you, Gracie. What is your question? I am, thank you. Don't give up too soon, Raziel. So they're going to try to make amends with you. They're going to try to tiptoe around whatever it was that actually happened. They don't want to come across as the problem. or desperate for your help, right? That's okay, it happens. What else, please? The Emperor and the reverse. They're going to tell you that the person that they were with was emotionally manipulative or controlling. They're going to try to make it seem like everything was on them, right? I had no choice. This person was starting to, show they're crazy. They were unreasonable. They didn't want to let us continue to talk or be friends. So I just had to do what I did. Hey, Jive, please call me Carmen. Well, maybe you'll be able to escape it then, Raziel. Good morning, Hannah Bacon. How we doing? Happy Friday. Rachel, how we doing? We have the Hierophant. They're going to basically tell you they did everything they were supposed to. Who, me? I didn't take the cookie from the cookie jar. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything wrong. I think it was Jenny Slate in Parks and Rec who was like, you know me, I haven't done anything wrong ever. I've never done anything bad. This person is trying to look as innocent as possible. I got you, Gracie. Thank you. So they're coming across a little bit high and mighty, but with the Eight of Swords, they're trying to keep this information under lock and key. I don't want you to know what really happened because then you might look at me like I'm the problem. You're fine, Rachel. Hello, See the Gray. How are we doing? Thank you, Hannah. Where will I be in a year? I've added that for you. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? The Lovers in the reverse, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Especially if this is a romantic ex of yours, right? Not just like an ex-best friend or a sibling that you've been in low contact with. If there has been romance between the two of you, you may already have your suspicions as to what caused the breakup or why this person may be showing up on your doorstep. I don't think they're responsible with money. This would be somebody who asks to borrow money and then either doesn't pay it back or doesn't pay it back in the time frame that they say. It's a little bit of a problem that you've already discovered. Seven of Wands and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So you may have already had some issues in terms of having to pay their way or having to forgive loans in the past. So you might have some suspicions as to what actually happened to cause this situation. In other words, you kind of know this person is maybe the problem. Ten of Wands in the reverse. The High Priestess. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. You may have an opportunity to figure out what happened from the other side. I mean, I guess that could technically mean like getting a message from someone who passed over, but I meant like whoever has kicked this person out, they might let you know what happened. Or through the grapevine, you might find out what the actual story is. And I think you know this person well enough, whether it's been platonic or romantic, to suspect that that could be the issue. Hello, Oliver. How are you doing? The World and the Nine of Cups. They're going to make some offer like, hey, you know, if you let me stay here, I'll buy your groceries. I'll pay half your rent. I'll fix your car for you. I'll take out the garbage and deal with the litter box and make all your food for you. Just, can I stay here? No, maybe not. This is the Love Oracle. What else? Exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. They're hoping that you'll feel a little bit guilty for them because it wasn't just a 10-minute drive over to your place. It's probably at least an hour. And they'll be hoping that that's a reason for you to not kick them out. But we have return, second chance. Give me another chance. We can make this work. I promise. Please. That would be a fun job, Gracie. What else do we have? Oop. The intuition card just fell out. Oh no. Heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. You already have your suspicions as to what actually happened, even if this person's trying to make it sound better than it actually was. How you doing, Stephanie? Happy Friday. What career plans do my bosses have for me? Hello, 8-Bit. Happy Friday. How are we doing today? Hello, Elizabeth. How are you today? I'm doing well. Thank you, 8-Bit. We have chemistry, foundation, and depth. So there's going to be a conversation with you about attraction or chemistry. Now this could be in reference to the relationship that has just ended for this person. We're going to call them the King of Swords in the reverse, by the way. This is the one who's not really telling you the whole story about why they're showing up. And they see you as the King and Queen of Pentacles. You're like, what? How can I be both, Carmen? Because we're not paying attention to the gender in these cards. This is someone who sees you as loyal, reliable, and, big key point here, you actually know how to deal with your money better than this person. Or you have a consistent living situation. They feel like they can crash with you. So either they're talking to you about how they got caught up in a relationship that they shouldn't have and expecting you to help because you are family or like family to them. Or this person is going to tell you that their previous relationship got meddled with by a family member of the person they were with. Either way, they're going to express their gratitude for someone like you being in their life. Good luck, 8-Bit. Hello, John. How are you doing? Perspective, better off, happiness, clear head space. They're going to make it seem like their ex was the problem. They were obsessive. They were trying to tell me how to live my life. They were controlling. They thought I was, you know, doing this or doing that, and I felt trapped. That's why I'm here. That's why I am begging to sleep on your couch or your beanbag, whatever it is. But surely you cannot turn me away. I'm too nice. How could you say no? That's good. This is the Love Tarot. What else do we have? Hello, Anise. How are you doing? I hope things get better for you. Attached to my ex. I'm attached to my ex emotionally, physically, and or spiritually. I need time and space to break this connection. Now, if you are their ex and they're spinning the block to come back around with you, this could be the reason they got kicked out. Alternatively, they might be trying to say they're going to start this new chapter. They're done with this toxic person from their past, but they're not actually done with them. In order to kind of like make it seem more appealing to you, this person's going to say, I'm going to spoil you. I'll bring you things. You know, I work at the pizza place, so I'll bring you some breadsticks. Or, you know, I do massage therapy. I'll give you massages. They're like, what can I do to sweeten the pot? What can I do to make this seem like it's a good option for you? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. That means a lot to me. We may have a twin flame dynamic here. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways that no one else could. Thank you for finding me again this time around. For those of you where this is not a romantic connection, this is more so somebody who's going to try to make sure you see just how influential you have been for them. Feeling lost. I'm trying to make this work, but I feel so lost. I don't know what to do or say anymore, and it's easier to just stay in silence. Thank you, Hannah. Let me add that for you. Will I ever be able to get a raise or promotion in current job or find better paying? I sure hope so. What kind of job? And how long at current? I've added that for you. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, I've never liked that. Maybe I'm weird. Well, I'm pretty sure I am weird. But I've never needed date of birth for a reading. I just wouldn't ask. Yeah, I just don't want anybody's personal information to be at risk like that. Hello, Shirley. How are you doing? This is the Romani Tarot. Queen of Cups. Knight of Swords. I'm gonna be so nice and complimentary of you. I'm gonna butter you up because I want something from you. I'm showing up with no notice. You know, my relationship just ended, but you're just so kind. Of course you're gonna help me out, right? You wouldn't turn me away. I says to myself, that person over there? Oh, they'll let me stay there. I read somewhere a long time ago, back when I used to do a lot of travel for work, that one of the best ways to get an upgrade at like a hotel when you're checking in is to make reference to the previous time that you'd stayed there, even if you hadn't before, and say something about how great your experience was and how excited you were to come back around. And some of you are gonna be like, well, that's kind of lame. Why would that matter? Because it sets this expectation for them, like, it's already great. I already have such a high opinion of this place. Don't let me down. You got to do something to like acknowledge that. And it was pretty effective. I did get some upgrades from that. This person is taking that approach. They're like, if I'm going to compliment you and tell you how like much I respect you and how I talk about you to other people as if you were the coolest person in the world, then how could you say no to me? Of course you're going to say that you would let me stay, right? So they don't really have a lot of choices. They're pulling out all the stops in hopes that they can get what they want. Hello, Mr. F, how are you doing? How to release negative energy and sadness. Hang out in nature. Write a letter or a poem. Draw. You need release. So maybe even throwing some plates. There was one time we went to a garage sale, found some plates that were like, you know, a pack of them for $1. I went to a park. You got to clean up after yourself. Don't be a jerk and ruin the park for other people. But sometimes you just need to do something that helps you get the anger out, right? It happens, Mr. F. I'm sure Rachel's not mad. Hello, Carlos. Carlos, sorry. I forgot how to talk halfway through that. So we've got... I can't take this seriously, you guys. Every single time I'm like, I hear Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball. We have the Devil with the Death card, 2 favorites. So the thing is, whatever caused the issue with the person they were living with before, that issue still exists. That issue could still be problematic for you, and for many of you, you already know about it. Hello, Rachel. Happy Friday. What is the current consensus of me and the community? Near future. If I'm leaving, what is the timeline? Awesome. I've added that for you. Thank you, Rachel. Eight of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Swords. The best approach for you if this person randomly shows up is to be direct with them. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry that you're going through that. You're welcome to stay here, but it could only be for one night. Once we get back into the work week, I'm gonna be keeping odd hours, and I need to be able to sleep whenever, you know, maybe even like a nap at 6 o'clock at night when most people are probably trying to make dinner. There's something here about setting very clear expectations. For other of you, the answer is, I'm really sorry you're going through that, but I don't have the ability to do that. Sorry, I've got family coming in this week and I don't have space for all of you. But if you leave it open-ended, don't do that. Because they will take advantage. And I don't see them being great at following through on whatever these promises are, especially if they're offering you money. I feel like this is more of a drain on your finances than somebody who's willing to split the costs. Seven of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. This, for some of you, is somebody who has lost their job in addition to losing their relationship. But they're lying to you about something. Either I, promise to help you like paint the garage or mow the lawn, and I will absolutely not do that. I'm just saying what I think you want to hear so that I can get my way. Or this is somebody who is going to do it poorly, right? Like, if you've ever had to redo something that you paid someone to do, it's quite frustrating. I don't think this would be quality work if they're offering to do stuff around the house for you, for example. Hello, Joey. How are you doing? I am doing personal questions, Joey, if you wanted to do a super chat. So be cautious. This is somebody who feels like you are a person they could take advantage of, that they could give you not accurate or limited information on what's going on with them, and you would just like help them pick up the pieces or take responsibility for what they need at this time. And it's not your problem. Should we help people? Yeah, but I think helping people generally, in my opinion, a good litmus test for whether or not you should help somebody if they're going through difficult times is, are you willing to be honest with me? Are you willing to be respectful of what I require? Are you promising to pay when you're not going to? Are you withholding information that would impact my decision? Hello, AUM, how are you doing? Yeah, no, I need real cheese on the mac and cheese. I feel you. So we have Temperance. I see a compromise. I think for many of you, you know this person is being dishonest. Some of you may decide that means I'm not doing anything. I can't do anything to help because you're not even being honest with me. Some of you are going to look at this as, I can help you like briefly, like one night, and then you gotta go. No exceptions. Don't even like bring those boxes in here because you're just gonna have to bring them back out tomorrow. Others of you feel like you have to just like keep the door locked and not even give them an inch because you know how manipulative they can be. So trust your intuition, because I feel like it's warning you. I feel like it's letting you know that this person is withholding information or making promises that they can't keep. Hello, Ahab. How are you doing? Are you telling me to wear more clothes? Is that where you're going with that, Ahab? No. In fact, I might wear less clothing tomorrow just for you. No, I won't. I am not here to appease you because I don't think cover-up applies any other way. If I'm making assumptions and I'm wrong, my apologies. But I don't think I am. You should see me in my bikini. I have even more tattoos. Maybe that's what you don't like. We got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. If you let this person stay, they're going to take advantage. They're going to stay longer than they say. They're not going to pay what they offered to pay. Maybe they're going to play Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball on a loop for 24 hours a day. Maybe they're going to leave their dirty socks on your pillowcase or eat your last Snickers bar. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Hello, Renata. It does, doesn't it, Rachel? Six of Cups, the Devil in the reverse, and the Five of Wands. This person might be a little bit irritable or try to make you feel like you're not a nice person because you're not doing what they ask. But you know who's quickest to tell you that you're not a nice person? People who are looking to take advantage of you. People who are manipulative. And you know what? You know what? If you are manipulative and dishonest and you're just trying to take advantage of my kindness, I feel precisely 0% bad for you thinking I'm not a nice person. Oh, thank you. That's kind of you. So don't give in to this person's manipulative energy. That's why they're in the situation that they're in to begin with. So even if it starts just a little bit of an argument, you got to do what you got to do. Trust your intuition. It will help you figure out what the right path is. All right, let's dig into personal questions. We got Gracie, then Hannah Bacon, and then Stephanie, and then Rachel. For Gracie, what is next in love? What is next in love? We have the Sun, the Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Is this someone confessing their interest? Oh, okay. This is saying when you get that job offer, or maybe even when you're interviewing, there's someone who is like flirtatious with you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. There is someone here who is like, looky, no touchy. Nope. It would cause drama, and you know it would cause drama. So with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, I do feel like there's a strong physical attraction, but it would be toxic, or it would cause tension or drama, right? We don't want that. Avert your eyes, Ahab. Or go look for that whale. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the whale's naked too, though. You might be offended. Sorry. For those of you that don't understand, that was a literary joke. I bet most of you did, though. That's funny, Matt. I think you are. Hello, Adrian. Please call me Carmen. I hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, I believe it. Adrian, you can put your request in a super chat if you want to be added to the list. So what about, well, let me just say also with the Ten of Wands, this is, it's not easy to avoid flirting with this person or pursuing something with this person, Gracie, but you also can tell that it's just drama. It has drama written all over it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. But what about career and finance, please? This is saying you're moving. There are better opportunities elsewhere. And we have the Empress. I feel like this is a mentor, somebody who is going to take you under their wing. Ace of Cups, and be a friend or like look out for you. This could be the owner of the business or somebody who does the same job as you. But this person is going to offer guidance and help you to make the most of your next role. So do what you can to contribute to that friendship, because this person will help you grow as an employee. And let's see what we've got for Hannah Bacon. We're going to go with the Tattoo Tarot. Hello, Ryder. How are you doing? Well, I hope it finds you. Where will Hannah Bacon be in a year? Page of Wands, Three of Cups in the reverse, Five of Swords, and Strength. I see you recognizing that there's a friend or an influence in your life that basically tries to hold you back, tries to control or like limit your options. But with the Strength card, you're able to identify what you need to do, and you don't let this person or people hold you back. There's something here about someone who's making an offer and it's garbage. It's like, oh, I'll build you a shed in the backyard and you can turn it into a tiny home. Or, hey, we're best friends, we can move in together, that'll make it easier to afford. Or, yeah, we should date and I want to be with you and we can buy a little house together. There's someone here who tries to kind of like distract you from setting things up on your own. But notice that the Knight of Cups, that white space in front of his face, it's in the shape of a chalice or cup, but it doesn't exist. That's because we have somebody who's future faking. They're like, oh, it'll be like this, it'll be so great. No. Hello, Joanne. How are you doing? So I see you being frugal, saving your money, and making things happen for yourself and not wanting to depend on anybody else. Will Hannah be able to get a raise or a promotion in the current job? Yes. I do feel like it's tied to somebody not doing well and maybe getting fired. And you have the ability to step into that role or take over those responsibilities. But it may be a little bit frustrating because I feel like you're not really given the training or the information that you need, so you kind of have to work out some things on your own. Will Hannah find a better paying job externally? I do think there's a better paying job that you might be able to locate, but I don't feel like you would like working for that person or that employer. So this is basically saying for the current time, make the job that you have now or that potential raise or promotion work. For how long? About a year. And will Hannah have moved out within a year? Yes. I do see maybe even within 10 months. Because you're able to save and because you don't get distracted. And anything else with regards to this current job? Yeah, I just keep seeing that there's a lack of like guidance, or people aren't giving you the proper tools or resources. So you must be a go-getter because you're still able to make it work, right? I get it. Anise, I'm doing personal questions right now, so it would be for the individual that did the super chat. In this case, Hannah Bacon. Let's see what we've got for Stephanie. This is the Connolly Tarot. And I wish you luck, Hannah, in getting that new spot figured out. For Stephanie, what career plans do Stephanie's bosses have for Stephanie? I kind of feel like one of them likes you, one of them doesn't like you as much. So it's like a little bit of a battle because one of them may want to kind of keep you where you're at and not really do much to help you, and another person sees you as a valuable asset. The one who sees you as a valuable asset wants to like feed you little information like, here's what needs to change, here's what we recommend, or here's what I would do if I were in your situation. This person wants to see you do very well, and they're like trying to pass you the tricks of the trade, right? Hello, Tiana, how are you doing? So will there be a promotion? I feel like there's going to be talk of a promotion and then it gets delayed because of the person who's content to keep you where you're at. It's a little bit of a tug of war between two people that have differing opinions on what to do with you. I would give it 7 months and see if you've got a promotion yet. If within 7 months there has not been a promotion, have a conversation with them. Here's what the market average is for a person who does my role in this particular market, and here's what I'm getting paid, or here's what I've done since being in this role that has, you know, helped me to better understand what to do to help the company. What else can I do in order to earn a promotion? I'd like to have some sort of action plan. Or if you're feeling so inclined, this is what I've done for the company. Here's, you know, I've helped reduce this, I've helped improve this, I trained this many people, and I'm left wondering whether or not you see me as an asset that is worth promoting. And if so, what is that timeline? You might have to like pin them to the wall, not really, but have that conversation, right? Because I feel like the 7-month time frame is where it would make sense for you to start looking elsewhere if they're not willing to invest in you. Hot bean juice. That's funny. Okay, let's see what we've got for Rachel. What is the current consensus of Rachel in the community? Ten of Wands, Ace of Wands in the reverse, Judgment, and Lovers in the reverse. There is a little bit of a range. Some people who feel differently, right? But I do feel like the majority are thinking like you don't belong. 10 of Wands and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is like nails on a chalkboard. It's not working. So I'm wondering when you're going to make the decision to go elsewhere, because Lovers in the reverse, this doesn't work. So there's someone here who's very opinionated, or a couple of people who feel that way. Thank you, Melissa. Let me add that for you. Why do they feel this way? You have a know-it-all in your community who likes to watch everything that you do and judge every little thing. Like, oh my gosh, did you see what she was wearing? Oh, I heard that she doesn't believe in whatever. This is like nitpicking, gossipy energy, right? How does the near future look for Rachel and this community? Hierophant, 9 of Cups, and the Devil in the reverse. Honestly, I see you focusing on your work, like putting in earbuds or putting on headphones and blocking out the negative energy from other people, because I'm sorry if you don't like me, but you could just like not talk to me, right? We could coexist. We don't have to be besties. But like, who died and made you emperor of the community, where you get to like choose who gets to stay? I do feel like you can coexist, keeping your head down, not really like looking to be best friends with people anyways, right? And getting your ducks in a row, or figuring out what you want to do next. Yeah, I mean, fitting in is kind of overrated. It's nice to feel like there are people that understand you, don't get me wrong. But I feel like pretty much anywhere you go, there's going to be judgmental people who don't really want to understand or tolerate the differences that there happen to be between people, right? Hey, Lex, I think that's kind of disappointing. And I'm gonna just delete that because it looks like you're putting someone else's name out there. Oh. Oh, you're dealing with artists. Like, no offense. I've had some trouble in art communities. Best I can say is be consistent. Be yourself. You're going to deal with a lot of people who have egos. And that's like anywhere, really. But not to be a jerk, but there's a lot of people out there who think that they don't stink, right? There's a lot of people out there who think that they're like a genius. There's a lot of smart people. That's cool. You're really creative. That's awesome. But like, have you considered other people ever before? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being kind of judgmental, but I love art. I love creative expression. I always want to be around that. Probably going to go to a museum this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, love that. But there can be a little bit of like a judgy energy, right? What is the timeline of leaving? We have Temperance and the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. A little over a year. So I don't know where you're at as far as like any kind of lease or contract, but obviously that has to take precedence. But I feel like you're able to make it work longer than this person who doesn't like you, or people who don't like you are hoping you do, but like they don't own it. So like whatever, you know? But I see just over a year. And let me just tell you, you're awesome, Rachel. If people don't like you, that's their own loss, right? Hello, Anna. You can put your question in a super chat if you would like me to address it. Y'all sure know how to type in the live chat, but ain't reading what people tell you. Dang. All right, let's see what we got from Melissa. This is the Santa Muerte. What is coming this weekend for Melissa? What is coming this weekend for Melissa, please? Queen of Swords. Hello, Burton. Page of Cups in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse. The Devil and the Two of Cups. Well, there's definitely enlightenment here. Let me write down Burton's question real quick. Burton, happy Friday. Is Nicolette gonna be all right? Things are going really well. Random problems. I've got that added for you. Thank you, Burton. Hello, Nate. How are you doing? So, Queen of Swords, Page of Cups in the reverse. Feel like somebody says something off the cuff or like out of pocket, however you want to say it, something that's rude. Because I see this Queen of Swords as you basically being like, I'm sorry, what did you say? Come again? What? But then it's like this person backs off and they're like, oh, it's fine, no big deal, we're friends, we get along, no worries. This person is being fake. They're trying to pretend like things are fine or, you know, no big deal. But with the Devil, it's like I'm kind of like plotting or talking about you under my breath, right? Thank you. Adam, happy birthday. Also, please call me Carmen. I don't like being called that. What else for Melissa, please? 10 of Wands. 6 of Wands in the reverse. Is this like a friend? This is not a friend. Is this a family member? No. Is this a partner? Who is this that's all uppity? This is somebody who's kind of distant from you. So I don't know if it's like a family member you rarely talk to or a coworker, but there's someone who's salty. And it's like they're looking for a way to mess with you instead of just talking to you about being frustrated. So is the best course for Melissa to ask like, hey, is something wrong? No, because they won't admit it. But like, watch your back, basically. Mind your P's and Q's. Because this person, it's like, you're irritable. I don't like you. And I'm going to try to find some way to like make you look bad, basically. It's It's okay, Adam. I hope you enjoy your birthday weekend. Melissa, if you could keep the questions to the super chat and not add any afterwards, I would appreciate it. For love, there's some decision that's going to be made this weekend. And I feel like you've been waiting for that. Anna, what do we have for a question? I'm gonna hop to Burton and sending you protective energy, Melissa. Hello, Sakshi, how are you doing? When is financial breakthrough coming? Thank you, Anna. And for Burton, is Nicolette going to be okay? Is Nicolette going to be okay? Yes, there's definitely a lot going on right now. I do feel like there's someone who's kind of messing with her or lying to her. It feels like things are chaotic and difficult to fix at this time, but I see her being able to, you know, put everything where it needs to be or sort everything out and find some way to establish balance. So it's a little bit like chaotic right now, or, you know, there's somebody who's making things a little bit tense. I see someone with a temper around her. But I do feel like she's able to address this. She's dealing with somebody who's really kind of awful, to be honest. But she figures it out. Temperance. So will this make things easier with Burton? Just make sure that you're offering the support that she needs or the space that she needs, because I do feel like there's something here that's going to kind of like upset her and she just needs like a hug or someone to comfort her. Thank you, Melissa. Joe's current thoughts about me. I've added that for you. Oh, nice try, Frog. I appreciate the compliment, but if you want me to say something inappropriate, you're gonna have to be a little bit smarter than that. I don't fall for that stuff. I hope so too, Burton. Let's see what we've got for Anna. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? So for Anna, when is the financial breakthrough coming for Anna, please? This is saying your finances improve when you get rid of the person who makes it difficult for you. I'm not telling you to off anyone, but I do feel like there's either going no contact with a family or a friend, or there's a relationship that ends. Because I see somebody who is like mooching off of you or making things difficult. It may not be like I eat your groceries or I borrow your money. It might be demanding of your time or codependent, so you don't work as much as you normally would, or you're not you know, pursuing a certification because I get jealous. There is a person blocking your financial stability. But you got there. You figured it out, Tiana. We are, indeed. Thank you, Hannah Bacon. So I feel like things improve for you once you realize this person is blocking your finances. So it's not a matter of 6 weeks or 3 months. It's when are you going to acknowledge that this person is a financial block for you? When you realize that you need to move forward, then the finances change. You're welcome, Anna. And let's see what we've got for Melissa. This is the Everyday Tarot. I don't know, I think you're pretty bright. Like neon pink or something. What are Joe's current thoughts about Melissa, please? 8 of Cups in the reverse, 6 of Swords in the reverse, 7 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Lovers. Things get difficult with the 6 of Swords in the reverse. And then it's like, I feel like I can't do enough to get you to appreciate me. So he feels like he can't do the right thing. Or when he tries to do the right thing, it's like not enough. So he's wanting to do something impulsive to show his love. So is this a desire to be like, to find a romantic gesture? I don't like that the answer was no to that. And it's the 2 of Cups in the reverse. So what is his intention with this? Okay, so this is like, what can I do to like kind of get you off my back? I don't like that. So maybe you don't feel like you nag. Maybe you're just asking for, you know, like, can we both work on the dishes? Can we both clean the house? But this is someone who appears to be coming through with like, what can I do to like, you know, give you something or do something that doesn't take a lot of time, and then like you don't yell at me about anything. Like, I want to get you something, but I don't know, it kind of feels to me like this is somebody who's putting in the effort that they feel like gets what they need. But the intention behind it is not where I would like to see it. I don't want to argue. I don't want to be like, you know, irritated. I don't want to be maybe told what to do. So I'll do something like bring this favorite thing, and then if you have your favorite candy or your favorite coffee or whatever, then maybe I can like play video games or, you know, go to Home Depot. I don't know. I don't like this. You deserve better than that. Like, I was hoping this was, what can we do that would be fun, like go out to dinner or something. Is there something this weekend that he wants to be like left alone for? Yeah, I feel like there's something like he wants to watch a game, or he wants to, you know, go get a beer with friends, or he wants to be able to play basketball with a neighbor. So it's like, how can I, if I like give you your favorite, you know, burrito from up the street, will you leave me alone for a little bit? I would say this is not very loving. Melissa, I think you deserve better than this. I don't like this. This is like when you, I don't want to compare it to that. but it's like a distraction technique. Anna, I will do that for you this time, but keep in mind, my rules generally are to avoid medical type readings. They can make me a little bit uncomfortable or susceptible to headaches. Melissa, I'm sending you a big ol' hug. You deserve to be with somebody who's excited to spend time with you and wants to be helpful, right? Did I say hello to Jamike? What's up? Thank you, Hannah Bacon, for adding that. Let's see what we've got for Anna. What can you tell me about Anna's health, please? Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Cups in the reverse, the Hermit, and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. There's an issue here with water. It could be water retention or not drinking enough water. But I feel like changing how you approach water, or I don't know if you have access to a sauna, but the water is off. Drink more water. I do feel like there is a potential for skin issues at some point. So maybe even just lotioning would help. Thank you, Nat. Let me add that for you. Turned chaotic. I'm sorry to hear about that. Unsure who's going. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Negative energy, threatening marriage peace. Why? I'm sending peaceful energy your way, Nate, and I hope that you find resolution in that soon. Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Wands. I don't feel like you have to spend a lot of money. If somebody tries to get you to like get a prescription or something to deal with an issue, look at like, I don't know if it's like herbal remedies or just like a change in your diet first. It's like there's this easy button that someone can press and it will mostly take away your problems, but then it gives you other problems, which to me sounds like a prescription. You don't need to do that. There's a natural way to change this. So do some research, but I feel like a lot of it boils down to, I guess that's kind of a pun, to water consumption or water retention. Hello, Nat Nat, how are you doing? Hello, Hitch, how are you? Hello, Magic, what's up? Happy Friday. So I hope that is helpful, Anna, and I hope things are on the up and up as far as the health. Let's see what we've got for Nate. What should we use? We're gonna go with the Stained Glass Tarot. You're welcome. So for Nate, we have the vacation plans turned chaotic. Not sure who is going. seems to be negative energy threatening marriage peace. First of all, let's see, is there negative energy threatening the peace of Nate's marriage? Goodness. I don't know how to get this card out, but I'm pretty sure it was the Sun. I think I got it, you guys. Yes, indeed, it is the Sun, and there is something like negative energy wise being sent your way. Is this someone in the family? Yes. I'm picking up on male energy. Someone who has, ooh, say it ain't so. Is this somebody who's jealous of Nate? There's someone who covets your wife. Someone in your family who wishes that they could be in your place. And this person, it's like they delight in hearing that things are not going great for you because they feel like they deserve what you have. This is a little obsessive. So is this person sending like ill intentions towards the marriage? It's like, I could do that better. I could be a better partner to you. I should clarify, there are some very masculine women out there that maybe sounds like an insult, but it's not. But there's someone here who is jealous. And that negative energy is like manifesting. So can Nate block this energy? It's not something that should be dealt with as far as like candle magic or anything like that. There needs to be a stern conversation. The first thing to do is be observant. If you were to remove any assumptions about loyalty or like how things are supposed to go, and you look at people, friends or family that could potentially be jealous of you, and you figure out who this is, have a conversation. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be like going to the dentist. No offense to the dentists out there. We appreciate that you keep our teeth clean, but we hate going to see you. It's like modern day torture. This person, I don't know that they're even like aware of it, but it's like they delight in knowing that things are not going well, so they might not even realize that they're having an impact. I don't feel like this is someone sitting out here with like spell work. But I feel like what needs to happen is a conversation. It's making me think of that movie Love Actually, when the friend who was like mean to Keira Knightley ended up actually having like a thing for her. This is just saying you gotta have a conversation about it. Will it get better? Yes, it absolutely will. Take a deep breath, my friend. This too shall pass. This person is going to get over it. It is, right, Tiana? So honestly, I feel like things will improve. The marriage is not doomed. It's not going to continue to have negative energy, but there is a little bit of an awkward conversation that needs to happen. So I wish you luck with that. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you.